My God, do these numbers make me dizzy or what? Stack up on experience charms, boys, because 5.0 is coming and we are officially fucked. Now, this baby right here is the total amount of experience that you need in order to hit 75, and you will want to get all of this because creativity points you also get by filling up your 75 as well. So, having that said, guys, these numbers are out of this world. This is basically going to be my first video from a pre 5.0 series, if you may. I'm going to tell you guys my opinions because really many of you guys have been asking me what do I think about 5.0, what do I think about that forum thread, in which I don't go to the forums, guys. So I I go to the forums maybe twice a year, and that's, to read patch notes. Don't browse it. Not interested about all the opinions in the world. So yeah, but I did went this time today, and I read through all of that 13-page thread about the numbers and the XP that you need, and lower it and high, make it, keep it the same and make it better, or whatever. So my opinions on that is that these numbers are out of this planet. um, I'm not a fan of completely destroying what the Korean version of AION has in terms of numbers. I have been playing AION from not day one, but maybe month one. So I was here when the grind was real. I was here when from 42 to 50, you kind of needed to grind your ass out. And I mean that for weeks. Every day you log in, you grind, you log off, go to sleep, rinse and repeat every single day for weeks. That was done in the elite places. Kaidan headquarters in Elten, that was a very popular place. Heiron was a popular place in the elite zone, and so on and so forth. So these numbers here, they don't scare me that much, but I will say that I'm somewhere in between lowering these numbers and keeping them as they are now. Now, we're not going to do a lot of math in this video because I want to keep it short. But holy shit, these numbers are just ginormous. And if you think that you're gonna reach this particular number while having fun and just breezing through content, because right now you're filling your 65 every single day, well, that's not gonna happen, because filling your 65 takes 140 million experience, and you kinda need to do pretty many dailies. I would say about 10 dailies every day, plus your daily cooldowns for dungeons, maybe some of the weeklies as well, and also two Makarnas, and yeah, okay, you're full with 65 level. That's 140 million experience. Now, 66 to 67 is 4 times as much. So you have to think that if now you do it in 4 days, then 66 to 67 is going to take you 4 days. And that's just one level, because after that, it's not only 4 times as much, it's 11 times as much, or whatever this number divides to 140 million. Didn't do the math yet. Having that said, guys, situation is going to be pretty fun. I I will have to say that I would prefer if these numbers for the European community would be a bit lowered. Not necessarily for myself. I like a hard game. I like a bit of an RNG game. So I don't mind grinding as long as I'm not the only one that's grinding. I don't mind doing it if everyone has to go through the same things. But my God, will experience potions and recovery teas and whatever burning apples are gonna be super freaking useful in this particular content. Let's do just really quickly some math. I will actually tell you a couple of things. Doing old Not old, but doing the current dungeons in 5.0 is not really going to help you that much. Maybe it's going to help you to get from 66 to 67, um, but that's about it. From 67 to 68, you're not really going to feel that you would want to do current dungeons in order to fill up your level. You're gonna feel that you want to do something else, like grinding in the new zone. So the new zone is a mix of Acheron and Sarpan. So if those two zones would have a baby, then that's how this new zone is gonna look like. The more you level up, the less XP you're gonna get from the current dungeons, the existing ones. So obviously don't think that you're ever gonna be able to continue farming Rentus hard mode solo, because now you can do it and it gives pretty decent XP, or the upper forts, 1 million per mob if you're solo, and then you're going to be able to do those with reset scrolls or whatever you're planning. So that doesn't work. Now doing the new dungeons, that's the only remote thought that you can maybe have in terms of being viable, and that's not going to happen either because there's only 2 new dungeons and they don't have lots of mobs inside them. So pretty pointless. So doing the new dungeons for XP, thinking that you're gonna, just own it every day, not gonna happen. It's gonna be pretty tough, pretty boring, pretty annoying, and pretty much a waste of time. Grinding, questing are the only two viable ways to get experience in 5.0. So you have to keep that in mind. Now, having that said, if you divide this number by, let's say you're level 66, you've done your campaign, you're reached 66, and you're only killing level 68 mobs, or always when you level up a level, you go and kill 2 levels higher mobs. Let's divide this by 2 million, because 2 million is the XP that you're gonna get per mob, regular mob, not elite. Um, After 5.0, if you're killing them 1 or 2 levels above you. So that means you need to kill 300,000 mobs. Now let's divide 300,000 mobs. We divide this by 2 because let's say you're using an XP charm, double experience. That means 150,000 mobs already you need to kill. If we divide, let's go from the beginning. If we divide 300,000, um, we divide it by 3 because let's say you're using a 200% experience boost. That means you have to kill 100,000 mobs in order to get from 66 to 75. 100,000 mobs, guys, is not that big of a deal at all because those mobs you kill 1 per 10 seconds. If you have good gear, that means that in 1 minute you're going to be killing 6 of those mobs, which means that 6 mobs multiplied by 60 minutes in an hour, 360 per hour. If you play, let's say, I don't know, 4 hours a day grinding, that's nothing. 1440. Now we're going to go ahead and take this number. This is the total XP again. We divide it by 2 million per mob. That is 300,000 mobs. We divide this one by 2 because we're going to always be using a double XP charm. This is 151,000 mobs. Dividing this by 1440. That is 105 days of just purely grinding mobs, not including quests. And that's 4 hours a day. Pretty easy, straightforward. I think that about 3 months is a nice time for a guy that wants to grind 4 hours a day to reach level 75. Of course, if you would ask me my super honest opinion, I would make people that play, let's say, 4 hours a day, instead of getting in 105 days after all the grind, I would maybe cut it down maybe to 80 days in total. So I would cut down 25 days out of this total amount. Don't take it, guys, as a rush in 5.0 to reach to level 75 because probably you're going to be super disappointed if you do that. And don't take these numbers very seriously. I would recommend, these are numbers that are very scary, obviously, and it will take the majority of people in Europe, if these numbers stay the same because they're thinking about changing them in some way or lowering the amount that you need. That would be cool, but not necessarily needed in any way. There is nothing really that's going on at 75 without you. You can still do all of your things. You can still do your dredgens. You can still do your sieges. You can still do your farm, enchant your gear. There is nothing really special that's happening at 75 besides those transformation skills, which is of course giant, but it doesn't impact your life in any way. So super simple, guys. I'm gonna release more videos about 5.0, how to get ready. We're gonna go into some math in regards to these numbers. I'm gonna tell you some numbers of experience that you get in the new zone, etc. But in the meantime, lots of love, guys. Stay cool and see you soon.